Hi guys! So here is the compressor I promised you I'm going to do a video about, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about airbrushing. I am holding this camera in my hand at the minute, so there'll be a lot of pausing. So as you know, I'm always trying to find something that is good but also affordable. As I know, we've all got to look after the pennies, so not everybody can afford the more expensive compressors. So during my search I came across this little baby, which this comes with basically, sorry about the fingers, I'm just trying to hold it nicely. It has got an air pressure regulator there. That's your pressure gauge, even. That's where your hose goes in, and this is a little holder. It's a lovely compact little thing, as you can see. So it doesn't take away a lot of space either. It works between, you can adjust it on this, anything between 0 and 3 psi. It's the pressure basically. Sorry, with this menopause I'm just losing my words, so just ignore me. So you can regulate your pressure, but if you want a little bit less, you turn it down a bit. But the pressure that's set on it is pretty good to do what we want to do. So this isn't for airbrushing walls or anything like that. Anything bigger is no good for that. But it's absolutely perfect for just our nail art. So as you all know, I used to talk about a water filter. Now this one, obviously, because it's so tiny, it hasn't got a water filter. However, it comes with the hose, what I've already attached, and a water filter, which you attach to your hose. There you go, yeah. And then on top of there is where your gun goes. You can even put a quick release in between all this as well, which I'll show you in 1 second. It's nice and quiet compressor. I'll put it on in a minute so you can see. 1 second. Yeah, I'm just going to pause this and put the gun on for you. Okay, so that's that done. As you can see, the gun is on top of the water filter. This is purely because you do get a lot of humidity in the rooms, and you don't want that water to be caught in your hose, because what it does then, it comes shooting out of your gun, which means then you don't, you can't airbrush very nicely. So this little water filter will hold that for you, and you can just empty it by simply pushing this down. It releases the air and any water in it, so this collects all the humidity in the room. The quick release would go in between this, so you can easily still swap between guns and use the water filter at the same time, which is pretty good. So I'm just going to switch this on for you so you can hear the noise it makes. It's not very loud at all, and what is really nice, I'm just going to switch that on. See, it doesn't jump about like others. It stays there, and once it's built up to the set air pressure, which is 3 bar on this one, it stops. When you then start using it, so we'll push down on the gun, releases air, it will come on, stop, builds its pressure back up, and stops. What I do always recommend is switch it off, even unplug it when you're finished, just to save it from getting too hot. These will get hot, don't worry about that, that's quite normal. Just make sure the air vents on the sides are clear, nothing's blocking them, so don't put it in a cupboard or anything. It does want to be out where air can get to it to keep it as cool as possible. So what is airbrush? Airbrushing is basically an art which works with pressure and air. So we mainly use water-based acrylic paints. The ones I have in the shop are already ready to use, so don't need thinning or anything or watering down. You can mix them to get different colors, which is great. You don't want to have to faff about having to thin them down, because you're never going to get the same consistency. So these are ready to go, our paints. I'll talk about them a little bit more later. So airbrushing is basically spraying art, any kind of art you want to do with pressure and air and paint. Now there is gel ones out there, I know. I have never tried them. I've no intentions of trying them because I think, yes, they may work really nicely, but if you have to cure in between each bit of the design, it'll take you just far too long. So you're much better doing it with the normal paints. It is really quite simple and easy to do. So we say for nail art, and especially for beginners, a 0.3 needle nozzle like the guns have in my shop are brilliant. That's a good 0.2 clog up quite quickly, so if you don't really know what you're doing just yet, the 0.3 is much better for you to use as a beginner, and it's fine enough for our little designs. You know, when you go into bigger artwork and you want to do something really fine, you can go 0.2, 0.1 and so on. Even 0.05 I think there is, if I remember rightly. So this is about the best combination you can do. So we like the double action guns. Double action means when you push down, it just releases air. When you then start slowly pulling back, it releases paint. Okay, so when it starts releasing that, you need to be a little bit careful. When it starts releasing that paint, you want to kind of stop there. Don't pull it back anymore, because it will just come out too fast and just end up with a splattering mess. So this is airbrush. Airbrush, it wants to almost instantly dry when it hits the nail or our acrylic elements or anything you want. You don't want it too wet because then it will not fully dry. It will dry on the surface but not underneath. So when you then go over it, it'll start smearing. So a little bit of a light touch, and you've got it. You know, you can regulate it by going closer, further away, of how wide it spreads. So the further you go away, the wider it will spread. But always remember, push down for air, pull back slightly for paint, back forward to stop the paint so it locks the paint, and then let go. Okay, so this is basically what airbrush is. This compressor, I'm thinking of doing a group order for it to start with. So this compressor with hose and the water filter without the gun, we're looking at, will be around about the £60 mark. Okay, so all you need to add really is a gun, which can sit in here nicely. I just thought I'll show you that part. Look at that, nice and tidy. Again, if you want to work with two guns, you can use the quick release and easily swap between the guns. So on the group order, I'm going to put up either today or tomorrow latest even. It will go for £55 plus postage. It has got a little bit of weight on it. It's about 3 kilos, I think. So obviously the postage will be on top of that. So if you're interested, hop over to our group. I will add the link underneath this video so you can see where it is. And then if we get a few together, we can do a nice group order with a little bit of a discount. So much about the compressor, paints, stencils, and everything else to follow. Have a good day, guys. Bye.